Hi, dear followers. Welcome. In today's video, we're not just going to talk about money. We're going to challenge the foundational myth of your entire existence. Take a moment and ask yourself, are you truly free, or are you simply a consensual slave? We're going to explore the disturbing truth we call the paradox of consensual slavery, the system where you are compelled to sell your own irreplaceable lifetime just to afford the permission slip to live. We will prove the radical hypothesis that the relentless struggle for time and money is not a flaw in the system, but the fundamental design. We will expose the energy equation that keeps your wallet perpetually near zero, the psychological chains of necessity, and the secret X factor, the suppressed physics that threatens to collapse this entire scarcity-based structure. This isn't just theory. This is the architecture of your control. It's time to wake up. Let's dive in. Are we truly free? Or are we merely paid prisoners? Your salary, the currency you fight for every month, is not a reward. It is a temporary pass you must constantly renew to pay the debt of your own existence. This constant, grinding struggle for time and money is not an unfortunate mistake of our system. It is the fundamental design. Our civilization is built upon a moral paradox. Wealth and progress are only possible through the systemic exploitation of time, energy, and resources. This is the essence of consensual slavery. Wealth as energy control. The capitalist system is sustained by the scarcity of energy. To live, shelter, food, transport, energy is required. The elite monopolize the flow of this energy: oil, gas, finance. The price of life. The citizen must sell their lifetime, labor, in exchange for a salary, the primary purpose of which is to pay the operating cost of living. This necessity for survival is the most powerful mechanism of obedience on the planet. The strongest hypothesis emerging from the analysis of unidentified anomalous phenomena, UAP, is not merely the presence of non-human technology, but the implication of a physics beyond our current standardized models. Sworn testimony, such as that provided by David Grush, along with declassified sensor data, suggests propulsion and energy generation capabilities that appear to violate known constraints, specifically the conversion of mass energy without combustion or significant external energy input. If this evidence is accepted, the logical consequence is that a technology exists capable of accessing an almost limitless, non-polluting energy source. This revelation fundamentally changes the economic equation. The cornerstone of our current global structure is energy scarcity. All debt, wage labor, and resource competition are mechanisms designed to manage and control the flow of scarce energy. Scarcity as a control mechanism, an economic critique. According to the official testimony of individuals within the aerospace industry, this technology has been intentionally compartmentalized and suppressed for decades. From an economic and philosophical standpoint, this suppression is profoundly logical, though morally bankrupt. Scarcity is the only mechanism that maintains social control. The debt system, where a citizen must borrow future energy, money, to pay for current energy, housing, heat, transport, collapses if energy becomes effectively free. Wage slavery is sustained by the necessity to exchange precious time for currency to purchase scarce resources. The availability of a physics that enables unlimited abundance, clean energy, advanced healing, non-polluting manufacturing, would instantly dismantle the existing power structure based on artificial scarcity. The post-scarcity economy is therefore not a utopian dream. It is the logical consequence of the physics revealed by UAPs. The mechanic behind this control is brutal in its simplicity. Your time is converted into a wage, and that wage covers your operating cost, which is fundamentally dictated by energy. The system is mathematically designed to keep your financial life perpetually hovering near zero, guaranteeing compliance and preventing you from ever having the mental bandwidth to question the machine. Who controls the energy that dictates your high operating cost? An untouchable, hyper-concentrated elite. Because the price of oil, gas, and power determines the cost of nearly every good, they don't just control the fuel, they control the price of your time. Your perpetual financial fear is their greatest enforcement mechanism, driven by the pure biological force of necessity. And now the most important question is, why does the elite, if it possesses this technology, not release it to heal the world? The fundamental reason is structural survival. The elite do not fear an external catastrophe. They fear the loss of their absolute power and relevance. The fear of economic irrelevance. The release of unlimited energy would destroy the value of all fundamental assets, oil, gas, banking, that sustain the elites. The masters of scarcity would become obsolete. The fear of social unrest. If the population no longer needs to work to live, the mechanism of obedience is nullified. The elite fear that a humanity freed from necessity would become ungovernable and question the entirety of the social order. The creation of a new caste, immortality technology, is the ultimate prize. If it is released, the elite would lose their status. If it is retained, it creates a new biological caste of post-human, immortal, beings who dominate the mortal population. The secret is the way to ensure biological supremacy. What would happen if the elite were to lose control and unlimited energy technology were released into the public domain? Society would transition from a civilization of necessity to a civilization of creation. This shift would generate an unprecedented revolution, not necessarily one of blood, but one of value, purpose, and life. The release of free energy would collapse the operating cost of living, eliminating the root causes of poverty and exploitation. The supply of electricity and heating would become virtually free. This would negate one of the largest expenditures for households and businesses. Cheap energy would make large-scale indoor vertical farming and massive freshwater desalination viable. Crops could be grown anywhere, even in deserts or cities, eliminating long, costly, and vulnerable supply chains. Consequence: hunger and the scarcity of potable water would disappear from the planet, achieving immediate global food security. Free energy technology, combined with advanced manufacturing, like industrial-level 3D printing, would allow for the local production of clothing, tools, and construction materials at a marginal energy cost. If the cost of basic necessities approaches zero, work due to economic necessity, the wage, would lose its power. The population would no longer be forced to sell their time to pay for survival. The citizen would cease to be an economic slave and become a free agent, with their lifespan available for study, art, exploration, or community contribution. This is the greatest social revolution, the liberation of the human mind from the yoke of sustenance. The analysis presented today forces us toward a clear, rational conclusion, assuming the evidence of UAPs and suppressed technology is correct. The strongest hypothesis is this: if releasing this technology means dissolving the debt system, collapsing the value of their core assets, oil, gas, finance, and nullifying the primary mechanism of social obedience, then they would not reveal it. Suppression becomes the only rational choice for maintaining their structural supremacy. Thank you for joining me in this vital analysis. The architecture of control is vast, but understanding the logic of scarcity is the first step toward true freedom. Before you go, I want to hear from you. What do you think? Does the economic survival of the elite depend on the continuous suppression of boundless energy? Let me know your hypotheses in the comments below.